Okay, thank you. We now proceed with the speech of Deputy Prime Minister.
Here.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Adjudicators. As Monique said, leader of the opposition, yes, women nowadays are really treated like boys, and we are very thankful of that because before we are not treated equally like men. So nowadays, yes, what you've said, that player who was sent to Milo for taekwondo, of course, it's because of our laws today that women should be treated like boys, like men. But what's happening here in school is, as what you said, during PE time, girls are asthmatic. And then, example, boys will also say, teacher, I'm also asthmatic. Of course, that's it's like the teacher will say, you're a boy, come on. And it's something that there's already differences in that, because girls can, yes, they can be exempted, but when you say boys that are asthmatic, sometimes they are questioned. Like my brother in school. Yes, please.
Yes, they are questioned in a way because as to what is happening, some boys tend to pretend that they are asthmatic just to escape their duties as a student. And also,
no, that's not it. Because seeing a differences already to the boys, that boys are pretend much of the time, and they are liars and girls are not, and we must believe that girls are much telling the truth, and then the boys, see, there's already differences, and we must erase that in this school. And if a boy says that, teacher, I'm asthmatic, okay, you rest for a while, you rest, and then when a boy, sometimes he's questioned like, are you sure, like, give me your medical certificate, when a girl is, sure, like, girls are very like, oh my gosh, she's not even asthmatic, and she's given that privilege to rest automatically, like there's no already palpitation, and boys are, and what you said, that boys are bullies most of the time, and yes, most of the time that they express more of their feelings inside the classroom. Also girls do that. And you said, leader of the opposition, that it's embarrassing talking about private parts with the boys inside the classroom. And we must not restrict that, because in biology, of course, boys are not put out when talking about vagina and breast and everything. Boys must also know that why we are studying this, right? Like, oh my God, boys go out first because we talk about vagina. No, it's not like that. This is biology. Everyone should know that. Like menstruation, girls have 28 days cycle and the egg. Of course, boys are not accepted to that. Yes, please.
yes, as if you have listened, I said forums, not school discussions.
But it's still the same. In forums also, like boys also ask me like, Carol, why is like the menstrual cycle of a girl? Of course, he's so like, it's a discrimination that he doesn't know that. Like for me, it's a discrimination. Like, why you don't know that? Have you studied that or anything? Because no one told me like, we boys don't know that. How does it work? That I try to explain that to them, and that's a discrimination for the men, that they don't know this basic information that we must know in life. So that's it, biology. We must know that, everyone should know that, especially in forums, so that the boys will not question already. And we girls are not exempted to those sports, because those sports are really part of men. And we must also be open to them, like, why are you watching those movies? Like, they are not supposed to be like to them just for them. Like, we must also like go deeper, like, why are you watching porn or something like that? Like, of course, we must do that. Like, we must not be close, and there's a boundary here that we shouldn't know that we must, because that's part of men, and that's a basic information in life. Why men do that? So you say that YLC Young Ladies Circle. Of course, that club is the Young Ladies Circle. Ladies, of course, it's just for ladies. And what are we talking about in Young Ladies Circle is rights of the women. What interested in that, so why would you join? But you are welcome to join. Yes, in YLC, maybe boys are welcome to join, but they are not. Sometimes it's just shy order to not. So it's just part of the rule that boys na lang are not part of YLC because we are talking here about rights of the women. So they're not part of it. Why not also put up a club for boys' rights and boys should know this? And of course, us girls wouldn't like to go there and listen for the boys' rights. Of course, I mean, open my club for me, for the ladies. Yes, please.
That's what we are saying, that there should be exclusivity. That's what we are saying. That why would be boys be encouraged to join YLC when in fact it is for girls? That's what we are saying from the very start.
Oh my gosh. As what I've said, there's already, you're putting differences already. That's an exemption. Like YLC is an exemption. That's for ladies only. Like, yes, and there's no difference in that. That's different in general. Like, difference for the rights. So, next. I'll go to my points. Of course, nowadays men are stronger than women, and that's not should be here in school, like in the prefect of discipline. Punishments are not only for men, like strong punishments like mopping the floor, and I don't see any women doing here in school in prefect of discipline like women are mopping the floor. And of course, I think women can do that. Women can do that, but only men are given those punishments because they are men. Yes, that's true. Only men can do push-ups, women only sit-ups, and sometimes during PE time, the rights of us women are not met.
Thank you. We call in the deputy leader of Corpus.
Good evening, everyone in the house. What I would do first is, of course, to review the Deputy Prime Minister. She said that men are stronger than women, and that is not true, but actually it is. Because when you biologically, when you speak biologically, men or like genetically, men are actually stronger than women. But it doesn't mean that it has a great difference, but still they are stronger than women. And you also said that in the school punishments in the prefect, men are the only ones who are given heavy punishments like mopping the floor. But actually that is not true, because women still are given punishments like mopping the floor or cleaning in the family if you haven't seen it. And so you cannot actually say that there is like discrimination in that, because the punishments are given equally by the prefect. So I will now go to my points. Yes, point.
Punishment for the boys for suspension are on a larger scale than women. Women also only clean part of the faculty, as you said, and part of the library. But we can see the boys cleaning up the hallway and then the cafeteria. That's dirtier. That's a dirtier part. The faculty is very clean. It's cleaner than that part.
Shame. If you are actually going to look at the results of the prefect of the discipline, what you are saying that men are actually cleaning more than women, that is actually because when you look at the results downstairs, men actually have bigger offenses than women. Because when you look downstairs, when you look downstairs, you see that men have a long task to do, because they have greater offenses than what women in our school did. And that, my friend, is no longer considered as discrimination, because men are already doing that for themselves and not the whole school itself. So, not allowing this motion would be one factor only of helping the economy of our country or yes, of our country. Because from when you say school, it is a training ground for students, of course, like us. And so when we are trained, we are trained to actually to also let us know what to expect in the future. In the future by means in our own works and jobs in the future. So when in school, when we have school activities, we are all even the teachers actually expect the men to do the like, for example, the carrying of heavy baggages and all that. And that might be a very literal example, but still you can actually expect that type of job or task in the future. So, and also there are also factors of job because we should also consider the factors of job offers. Why do actually schools should actually should not actively erase gender differences? Because when you actually see in stores, there are for example the post or the papers there wanting a woman or a woman like bed spacer or anything, jobs like that, when they are actually asking for women. So when you actually when you look at it, you are actually saying you are actually not already giving discrimination, because there are certain facets of things, or there are certain works that only the women are actually best fit to do. And that is my third point, which is there are of course in our society there are different jobs. There are many different jobs. When you say you give different tasks, it doesn't mean you are taking away their rights. Because first, if that woman is actually is more fit to do this job than that of a man, then why not let him work in that work so that in that type of task that she will do, they will be more productive later. And then, so when you also say gender differences, or when you say gender, it is the characteristics of the person, and our characteristics are unique. We have differences and we are diversified. So this is the reason why we have to give some certain separations from men and women. Men and women. And yes.
You said that women have jobs for women are more appropriate for them than men. If men and women were trained equally, then men would have the job of a woman just as good as the women does that job.
You did not get my point, Mr. Speaker. My point here is there are certain jobs that women are more fit to do. I didn't say that they despite they are given equal training and all, still there are certain jobs that women are still that women are best fit to do. Like example, counseling. Women are actually somewhat titled to be. Majority of the women are somewhat titled to be gentle and more open in speaking. So when you counsel, you also prefer a woman to counsel you, because you know that women are open and are open than men. And so with that, I will stop.
6:47. Now,